Hi everybody, welcome to Reality Buzz TV. So listen, you guys, I want to talk about Abongwe Mseleku. Okay, this is the thing, you guys. She did an interview with Lungelo Mdletshe on his channel. His channel is called Engineer Your Life. Okay, he does very good interviews there. I watch most of his interviews, especially when I have time to, and it's somebody that I'm interested in. So Abongwe was there, you guys, for an interview. So you can check out the interview there after you watch this video. If you want to know what she said in full, it's like a 40 something long interview, you guys. Listen, I was interested in this interview, you guys, of course, because we are interested in anybody and everybody that is on Utando Tembu, anybody that is part of that family, and because we are just fascinated with their lifestyle, okay? And also, you guys, one of the reasons, besides the fact that she's on Utando Tembu, I wanted to just know how uh, it's like to be a child from a polygamous marriage in this time and age. How she feels about it, how she's feeling about being parented from a family that is a polygamous family, you guys. I was so excited for this interview. Number two, I guess it's number three. It was that, you guys, reality TV in South Africa is relatively new, okay? And we don't have a lot of families that have done reality TV shows and they have included their children in the reality show, where basically we're just watching kids grow up in front of the cameras. They're basically growing up on TV, because if you think about how young Abonga was when they started Uthando Nestembu, and how old she is now and how far she's come. She's already at, I think she's at university now. So it's interesting to know how they feel about the fact that they grew up in front of the camera, how that experience has been for her. Has it been a positive experience? Because there's been times when people would say, well, it's not a good idea to actually, put your child on TV when they haven't reached a stage where they can when they can give consent to say they're okay with being on TV. But anyway, you guys, the interview went well, okay? I do feel like Lungelo sometimes is very careful when doing his interviews, especially when he is interviewing a young person. So it does feel sometimes like he is too careful when it comes to the questions that he is asking. So in this interview, there were times when I feel like I wish that he could go deeper. There are some questions that I wish that he could have asked. I guess the interview was more about Abongwe just as a person, not Abongwe being on a reality show, because there are things that I wanted to know. For an example, you guys, I've always wondered, do kids get paid to do these reality shows, or are they just working for free to make money for their parents, and that's it? And I would assume that maybe definitely they're being paid on Ingane's Tembo, but I was wondering if they do get paid on Uthando Nestembe. And also I was just wondering about, her relationships with her mothers, besides Jasuma Cele. We've seen that she has a good relationship with Umacele, but you know how her relationship is like with Umayeni, with Umangwabe, with Umakumalo. So there are questions that I feel like he didn't go into, but I feel like when he's interviewing a young person, it almost feels like he is too careful. And sometimes it does feel like he is wanting to speak for the interviewee in certain places. So, but it was a good interview overall, you guys. Listen, if you thought you liked Macele's kids because of how humble and respectful they are, you are going to feel that even more in this interview, because Abongo is very respectful. She's very humble. I like the way that she is so good at articulating her thoughts and feelings, and I love it, you guys. Like, these kids, sometimes you wouldn't think that they are from a family that is regarded as like a well-off family. Not only are they well-off, but they are also like influential and also celebrities, because it's not only the adults, celebrities, even the kids are celebrities. So it's amazing to see them still being as humble as they are, you guys. I think that the one thing that was the most interesting for me was when she was talking about coming out to her parents, and she was saying how that whole thing happened. She says she never planned to come out to her parents at that particular moment, but because they were doing a show and people were asking a lot of questions, they were asking her mother a lot of questions, and some will tell her mother what I guess, I don't know, you guys, hey, what you mean her lifestyle is, because he Lungelo doesn't get into it, you guys. She says she never planned to come out to her parents, okay? But it got to a point where Uma Cele just asked her, you know what, this is what people are saying about you. Is it true? Okay. Here's the thing, you guys. I would have loved Ulungelo to ask her, what is your sexual orientation? Okay, what do you identify as? Okay, what are your pronouns? More specifically. So she is talking about coming out to her parents in that interview, but we actually don't get to know what she was coming out as, because Abong has never come out here and said that, you know what, I'm lesbian. Okay, if you think she's lesbian, it's because you look at her and you look at how she's presenting herself and you're like, most likely she is lesbian. Okay, so Lungelo doesn't get to ask those questions. Okay, what are you? Okay, are you lesbian? Are you gay? Are you, are you bi? Are you, trans? What are you? I wish that he had specifically asked those questions, you guys. Maybe he did the edited it out, but I wouldn't understand why they would edit it out, you guys. But she does say that there was a bigger struggle, that she never got to really come out when she wanted to. She never was able to have that conversation the way that she wanted to, because since they were on TV, people were asking questions about it. And that's the thing, you guys, that, I guess parents, when they get into these reality TV shows, they don't think about how that is going to impact the children. Okay, she also gets to talk about, her relationship with the sibling. I think, guys, I've said it, you guys, I don't see any issues when siblings are relating to each other. I'm Selego. And a lot of families that are polygamous families, you find that there's lots of fights and competition and all of that, but we don't see that with Ingane Selego. Even when we feel like Uba Mseleku himself doesn't treat his children equally, but you don't hear that complaint from the children. We haven't heard it from the children where they complain about how they are treated differently. So she says that they get along even when they fight. It's very easy for them to get over izinto and move on with their lives. So guys, we've seen that though on Ingane's Temple. Remember, even when Usne got into a fight with Mpumelelo at the party, after that they talked and they were okay. Remember when Usne got into a fight with Utirelo, because Utirelo didn't like the swimming costume, but now they get along, you guys. I mean, you see Usne post Tirelo's baby all the time. So they just say that this is something that they do, even when they fight, they get over stuff very easily, okay? Overall, you guys, it seems like she had a good, healthy childhood. It doesn't. She said she had, loving parents. She feels like she got enough attention whenever she needed it. So it did not feel like she has any complaints as far as how Macele and her dad parented her, you guys. So now they did ask. I think Ulungala was trying to get some little bit of tea as far as how Ubaba Mseleku spends time with the family in terms of which house does he sleep at, okay? And I think that even that she was very wise to say, listen, I'm not going to be exposing my father here, but there are nights when he's not spending a night at home. He always makes sure that he sees us, but I cannot answer for him in terms of how he rotates when it comes to the wives. You guys, it did feel like, Abongwe, she did get some media training as far as doing this interview, because she knew exactly the questions where she could answer and give more information. And there's just questions where she was like, you know what, maybe that's not really my thing to answer, but let me just say, on my part, I had good parents. I feel like I got enough time with both of them. As far as where my father sleeps and when he sleeps there is a question for him to answer. I did like that question, even though I would have loved to see you guys to know, but does he really rotate like he said in season 1, okay? So listen, you guys, I did like the fact that Lungelo asked about how it feels like to be now a celebrity, because those kids were just from a normal Mseleku family before the show, and now they're celebrities. And she does say that, listen, it's been a shock, especially with her moving to Joburg, because for some reason she did not think that people knew them that much in Joburg. In KZN, she was used to it. And then in Joburg, she's like, oh, even people know me here, So, but she says that even though there was a time where she didn't like as much to be a celebrity, but she feels like now it's not a big deal. In fact, there are times where she feels like she can use it to her benefit, you guys. Anyway, listen, I did love Abongwe overall. Like I said in the beginning, I did love the interview overall. I think Umacele, honestly, you guys has done a great job with his kids. She even mentions that out of all the siblings, the sibling that she's the closest to is Ulwandle, which is great because by Alaman, a lot of the times it's very hard to get along with the person Olaman and Nai. But she says she gets along with Ulwandle because they are the same. Imoya Yabiafana, and I liked and loved that. I actually thought that she was gonna say that she is close to Umpilo, but she says it's Ulwandle, you guys. And like honestly, I think Umakala has done a good job with his kids. Maybe because they were not born into celebrityhood. Okay, they were just normal kids that became celebrities, later on in life. I think maybe that help them. Okay. Anyway, you guys, when it comes to the story of her coming out again, she says after that one conversation that she had with her mom that she wasn't prepared for, her mom hasn't come to her about anything else. She hasn't asked anything. They're just moving on with life as normal. Listen, you guys, if I have a child that is let's say straight, and I never really sit down with them all the time and be like, now tell me how it's going with you being a straight girl, okay? Then I feel like even when a child is lesbian or gay or whatever, there's no need to like all the time be having conversations about it unless a child needs it from their parents, okay? But overall, you guys, I mean, if you like Abongwe and you're also one of those people that is almost obsessed about the Mseleku family, maybe it's time you go and just watch that interview, you guys. But it's great to actually hear from the kids how is being on a reality show. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumagiona. The channel is Engineer Your Life, okay, here on YouTube if you want to find. There is one video that is like 12 minutes where she talks about coming out, and then there's another that is 44 minutes, I think, where it's like the whole interview. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let's meet in the comment section and have a conversation. Please be respectful. It's 2024. We do not nest people's feelings in the comment section. So if you come with the nonsense, please be prepared to get the nonsense back. Okay. Thank you so much. Nginithanda kakhulu.